By the way, it is not necessary, but you must try to like or dislike the video if this movie starts. We are shown the main character of the movie, Xiang, and it is her daughter's birthday. That's why Xiang's mother gives him some money so that he can take her daughter to dinner. But now Xiang needs more money, so he goes to his mother. He steals his ATM card. After this, he steals all his mother's money and invests the money in horse riding and wins 4 million won in this game. Now he had borrowed a lot of money from a company, so that's why the same people fall after him. Then they catch him and kill him, and when he checks his pocket to raise money, he sees that he has no money. That is the money who had won in horse riding, and then he remembers that when he was running away from these people, he ran into a girl, then surely the same girl cut his pocket. They have no money, so they give him an extra month in which to return their money. Xiang then arranges some money and takes his daughter to dinner. After that, Xiang quickly reaches the station, but unexpectedly his train was missed, and while Xiang was sitting there waiting for the train to arrive, then suddenly a man comes to him, and this person was, that is, little did you know that he told the anonymous person Seong that I want to play a game with you. He tells Seong that if you win in this game I will give you 1,000,000 won. Then after hearing so much money, Agri gets excited to play Seong's game. After this, after being beaten a lot, this game wins, that is he laughs 1,000,000 won. He then gives her a card, saying that if you want to win more money, then contact the number written on this card. After this, when he goes home, his mother tells him that your daughter is shifting to the US with her stepfather next year. Here we find out that the Horn is divorced. His wife is also married for the second time, but he never wanted his daughter to leave him. He needs a lot of money to get his daughter back. So that's why Seog calls the number with that card. After this, he is brought to a car where there were other people, but then all those people are rendered unconscious, and when everyone's eyes open, they find themselves in a facility where there were a total of 456 people, and they were SA players there because they were all wearing a uniform. The host of this facility, i.e. leader, was a man who was the front man there, and he was keeping an eye on everything. Now it was a common thing here that even winning people were brought there. All of them were in debt. Com meets player number 1 there, who was an old man. That old man had a brain tumor. That's why he came here, because his life was about to end. After this, there is a fight between 2 players in which the boy's name is Sahabayog and the boy's name is Jayang. Now Sahabayog here was the same girl who took Seong's money. That is, he had cut his pocket, so he recognizes her as soon as he sees her. That's why he goes to her to ask for his money. Then some guards arrive who were wearing pink uniforms, and their faces were well covered. The guards tell all those players that you will not play a total of 6 games here, and whoever will be the winner of this game will get a lot of money. After this, one of these contracts is signed, and the 3 main rules of this contract are: the first rule, that no player can leave the game by his will. The second rule is that any player who refuses to play, then that player will be eliminated, and according to them, what was the meaning of eliminate? We will go forward. This is the third rule of the game. It was that if the majority does not want to play this game, they can leave this game. After that, they are all taken to the game. Now here Seong also meets his classmate Sang-gu, who has known him since childhood. Seong is very surprised to see him there because he had gone to the country for some business. Now there was a pretty big doll on there for the first game. And the role of this game was quite simple, and that was that whenever the doll sings a song, they all have to move forward, and as soon as she stops singing, they all have to stop and not move, and if anyone moves, then he will be eliminated. Now in the beginning, all this seemed like a prank to them, but when a boy moves, he is shot and killed, and that is what happens. Eliminate means that he will be killed. Now, seeing this, all those people are very nervous, and they knew that they were in danger. That's why people start running around in fear. But now it was the game. That is why whoever moves is killed and wins is survival. He somehow completes the game, but the dead bodies of those who die are taken from there, and now only 255 of the 456 players left. Now because all those players are so afraid that now no one wanted to play the game, but as rule number 3 was that if I want the jury, then they can skip the game, then so their leader, i.e. frontman, gets voting, but before that they are shown the prize money, i.e. which the winner will get. But in these cases, if someone leaves the game, then all this money will be given to the family of the dead players, and this prize money total is 45 billion is worth after this voting is done, so the majority did not want to play this game, so that's why the game is stopped here. But if ever in the future those people want, then they can rejoin this game. After that, everyone is released to their homes. The next day, Seong goes to the police station, and there he tells the police everything, but those people do not believe in Koki's things, and on the contrary, they start to think he is crazy. Seong then shows them the same card, but the surprising thing is that the number on it was wrong. After that, when Seong goes home, his mother is not there. On the other hand, Seong's classmate Senggu is secretly watching his mother, and then Seong is also there today. Here, the upset tells me that I owe $6 billion. He explains that I had taken the client's money and put it in the stock margin, but unexpectedly all that money sank, and then a call comes from the hospital that mother's foot was badly injured, but her injury was due to not being treated for diabetes. And it grew more. Then the doctors tell the C's that your mother can have treatment, but for this we have to amputate her feet. But this operation was going to cost a lot of money, but of course Seong doesn't have that much money. Even he blew his mother's insurance money. So Seong goes to his wife to ask for money, but his wife refuses to give him money. Then his wife tells her husband that Shivam had come to ask for money, and then her husband comes to give money to Shivam. At the same time, he also tells her to stay away from my family, but Shivam starts killing her, and then his daughter also comes there. After this, a friend of Shivam has his boss. He goes to ask for money, but his boss refuses to give him money, so a fight starts between them. During this fight, his boss's hand comes into the machine. He takes advantage of the opportunity and runs away with Shivam's friend money. Then Shivam's friend comes to his house and tells his wife to take the first flight and go from here. After that cyber yoga, she meets an agent because she had to bring her mother from the north area to the south area. Sae-byuk was the same boy who cut the pockets of needles, but Sae-byuk needed all that money to bring his mother here. Now Sae-byuk also has a younger brother to whom he has promised that I will definitely bring mother. Then we are shown an officer, and this officer, my brother had been missing for some time. That is why that officer goes to his brother's house, where he comes to know that his brother has not even come to his house for the last few days, and that officer is checking the house. Then he gets the card there, and this officer had also seen him SI card near Siang in police station, so that is why he went to the officer and asked him about it. He doesn't tell her anything. When he goes home, he gets the card again. Now he wants to play that game again. For this reason, all players are taken to a ship. This is where the officer also comes to the ship while chasing the vehicles. He kills a guard and throws him into the water. After that, all the players are brought to the facilities on an island. Now he had no idea what the next game would be and how it would be played. After this, they form their separate teams and go to Sae-byuk and his female friend to the washroom at night. Here, Sae-byuk starts exploring that facility, avoiding the eyes of the guards. Only then does she see that the guards are making something in big pots, but now because the guards get suspicious, then this guard comes to check the washing. But by then he was back. After this, Sae-byuk tells his female friend everything he saw, but here Sang-woo hears both of them and he asks Sae-byuk about it. Sae-byuk says on G's that he was cooking something in big pots. After this, all the players are brought to the playground where there were 4 shapes in front of them. He had to suck one of the 4 shapes. Now here Sang-woo knows what the game is and what to do. Sang-woo Seon tells us that dreams are to choose different shapes. After that, we are all given a small pot in which the shapes are made, and the game is that they somehow have to take out that shape without damaging it. But if the shape gets even the slightest bad, they will be eliminated, i.e. killed. Now here Senggu easily removes that shape, but Seog gets so nervous that his condition worsens. But somehow he wins the game. After that, we were all brought back to the room. There were 187 players back, of which only 1080 remained. After this, we are all taken to eat, but because of the food, Jane gets into a fight with a boy where Jane kills that boy so much he dies on the spot. Here we see that one of those players is a doctor who works with the guards to remove the organs of the dead and sell them to the Chinese. So whenever the dead bodies are taken, they wipe the dead bodies because all this was going on according to a plan, because all this was happening secretly from the front man. That's the reason. Even in the control room, he had one of his own men sitting there who used to delete all the video footage of those people, and the guards used to tell the doctor about the game in advance so that he could survive. A guard here tells the same player doctor that today we have deliberately given less food to the players so that they start fighting among themselves, which will lead to all the weak players going. At the same time, the guard tells the doctor about his next game. After 30 minutes, the lights were going out. Now here Sangwoo knew that Sim's team would definitely do the opposite. That is why he calls that team to him and asks them to relax, and on the other hand, the doctor player joins Jayam's team. Doctor here. Gang tells him what the next game is going to be. After this, the lights go off and Jang starts killing everyone else together with his team. Jang goes to kill a girl, but Seong saves her. After this, the guards came there and stopped them all, and now a total of 80 people remained. Then all of them are taken to the third game, and here they are asked to form a team of 10 players, and they do just that, make their own team. Now because Jayang already knows about the next game, that is why he does not keep Sahibi's female friend in his team, and he keeps only men in his team. After that, Sangwoo formed his own team. Now because he needed a player, Sabio's female friend joins his team, and this game is actually tug of war. That is, he had to bring down the team in front of him. After this, the game starts and Jayan's game wins this game very easily. After this, it is the turn of the player number 1 of the Sangwoo team. Even that old man says that I have played a lot of tug-of-force games in my life. That's why he guides them all on how to win this game. That's why they win this game by doing it somehow. Then it is shown that after 30 minutes, the lawyers will be off again. On G's, Seng tells them all to be ready. That's why they decide that we will guard them one by one. Now there was more than one clever player in Jayan's team, so Jayan is afraid that his team will not put him on the site. Don't let him get out of your way. On the other hand, doctors and guards are working together to extract the organs of the dead body, and these organs were to be delivered. Guards number 28 and 29, then they all start talking about a dead body that only had one kidney, and he was calling it a zombie. Now the guard number 29 here, who was going to deliver those organs, is none other than that officer. It was Prashar who came there at the base of the guards, and after hearing all these things, he suspects that maybe these people are talking about my brother, because he also had the same kidney. Officers 28 and 29 then go to deliver the organs. On the way, the officer notices that there is a bomb in the tunnel. When number 28 tells him that when we got out of here, that place will be destroyed. Now here he tries to get more information from officer number 28, so number 28 starts doubting him. So he asks the officer to show his face. Now the officer shows his face. He also puts a gun on number 28. At the same time, the officer asks him about a man who is not a kid who you used to call a zombie. On Jess, he number 28 tells him that she was a girl. Now here number 28 tells that officer that you can go to the leader's room and see all the information. All the data is there. After leaving, he kills officer number 28. He asks the doctor about the next game. But this time, the guards don't even know about the next game. That's why the doctor gets angry and grabs a guard and they start fighting. In the same fight, the doctor kills the guard and runs away. After this, a guard also chases him and they both come to the playground. Here the guard traps the doctor in his words and is going to kill him. But then the leader comes to these fronts and kills him, and later they kill that doctor too. At the same time, the dead body of number 20 is also found there, which makes them know that someone has entered the facility. On the other hand, the officer leader reaches the room in the front. Then, while checking, he goes to a room where all the records, and what that officer is doing with the record, he gets a list of all the winners in which his brother's name was also there. That is, he was also a winner once. On the other hand, all the players are taken to the fourth game where they are all asked to choose their partner and they do the same. The female friend of the right yoga also tries her best to find her partner, but no one is ready to become her partner. After that, all players are awarded 10 marbles. Basically, this game is such that a player has to take all the marbles from his partner without any force, and whoever is the second person, i.e. who does not have marbles, will be killed. Sang-woo and Seong's friend, they play the game of odds and even, in which they had to guess how many marbles the opponent has in his hand. Now here, Seong's friend wins all the marbles of Sang-woo, due to which Sang-woo plays only one marble in the last. Now that Sang-woo knew that he would not be able to survive, he tricked Seong's friend into his words and assured him that if any of us lost, the loser's match would be replayed. Now here Sang-woo cheats and changes all the marbles of his friend. After this, Sang-woo takes the marbles and gives them to the guard and goes out from there, and when Ka's friend checks the marbles, there are stones there. Player number 1. Later, the condition of the two men was deteriorating, so he was wandering here and there, but Seong somehow manages to play him. Now here they are both the same old man, and Seong also play even odd. Now out of these, the old man wins all Seong's marbles, but in the last round, the old man forgets what he sucked, so here Seong sucks him. He traps you and takes all his marbles. But believe me, the old man was very clever. He had kept a marble near him and he started moving around again. Now here Seong requests him that please play another game with me, when here that old man says that I know that you have taken all the marbles by deception. He tells me because I knew everything, I was just acting crazy. Then hearing this, Seong feels sorry for him and gives him all the marbles. After that, Sahabayug and his female friend are also playing games. Their game is that whoever throws the marbles closer to the wall wins. First mate throws his marbles, but when it comes to the friend's turn, she throws away all her marbles. But when Sahabug sees this, she asks her friend to throw it again. My friend says, "No, I'm alone. No one is behind me. But if something happens to you, it's not a good thing. Behind you is your younger brother waiting for you, and for this reason I am Sahabug's friend," is killed. After that, all the dead bodies are taken away from there. After that, they all go back to the room. Here Jig looks that Saibug's friend is still alive, who was sitting very comfortably. Now here we find out that this friend of Saibug was also a friend of Jig, but now because there was a clash between them about something. That's why Jane's friend starts talking to her. After this, the front man finds the ID card of that officer near a dead body. Only then the front man comes to know that all his VIPs have missed, so the front man goes to pick them up. Then all the VIPs are brought to their rooms. After this, the front man goes and tells another man about the arrival of VIPs, and this man is the main man, and who is he? We will know this further. The next day, they are all brought to the fifth game where there are numbers from 1 to 16, and all those players take their own number. The number meant that according to the number B that comes to a player, his turn will come. Now the first and last number remains here. Another 16, so here he gets confused as to which number should he choose. If he gets the first number, he will get stuck and die because he doesn't know what the game is, and if he gets the last number, he doesn't know it's his turn. Time is short, and only then a man comes there and he tells Seong that I want number 1 because I have never been number 1 in my life. They are then brought to the game room. Now the role of this game is that in the given time, they have to go to the other side of the bridge. Now there are two types of glass in between. One is normal glass and the other is tempered glass. As soon as you put your foot on common glass, it will break and those people will fall down. After that, the game starts and they all do it. They start to die. Then there comes a time when Jung is in front of everyone and he is not moving forward. Now he had only one way, either he should go forward, all these people die, and then the same friend of his comes in front of Jung who was telling him to speak, and she tells Jung that I told you that the day you betrayed me, I will kill you. After that and takes him downstairs, due to which they both die, and there was a man there who worked in a glass company and he knew which tempered glass was. But when the front man finds out about this, he turns off the lights so that he doesn't recognize glass. Now there is only one step left in the last and they have no time. That's why Sanggu pushes that man. Then here Sanggu, Seong and Sabug cross the bridge, but because of the broken glass they get hurt a lot, especially Sabug. On the other hand, that officer killed a servant and took his place himself. Now, a VIP is suspicious of that officer and he tells him to remove his mask, but that officer says, okay, but I will go inside and remove my mask. After that, that officer goes inside with that VIP. Going inside, that officer knocks that VIP unconscious and this goes to the front man. That's why the front man goes behind him and he sees that officer. That's why that officer runs away from there and comes to the line. The front man also comes after him. Now here that officer tries to call his seniors, but the call gets cut. Then that officer sends them all the evidence, but there was no network there. After this, the front man grabs the officer and asks him to walk with them, but that officer shoots the front man. After this, the front man takes off his mask and the officer sees that there is no one there but his own brother. After this, the officer's brother, i.e. the front man, shoots him and he falls into the water. On the other hand, Sabu was badly injured due to the glass army and his burden is also bleeding. After this, the Ino survivors are taken to dinner and each of them is also given a knife. At night, all three of them will kill each other. It is then that Siang notices that Sabu's condition is quite bad. That's why he tells Sabu not to worry, we're both together. And in this game, we will defeat the Sangbu together. After this, we will both get out of here and divide the money half and half. Friends tell him that I have a younger brother whom I have also left orphanage, and if either of us goes out alive, he will have to take care of their families. Now the condition of the friends was very bad. From the doctor, there was a need, so Suyong goes to bring some help, but by the time he came back, Sanggu had killed Sahibug. On the next day, both of them are taken for game number 6, i.e. the last game. The role of the game was very simple, that kill or die, and the name of this game is Squid Game. After that, the game gets smarter and there is a lot of fighting between them. Currently, Sanggu's condition is starting to deteriorate. Seong then says, I want to stop this game, and then Seong asks Sanggu to go with him, but Sanggu kills himself, because of which Seong wins the game. Then the front man tells Seong that you played very well, but I didn't expect it. Thereafter, he was released at his home, and he also had an ATM card, and when Seong goes and checks that ATM card, he sees that all the money is sent to his account. After this, Seong goes home, but by then his mother dies. After that, we are shown the scene 1 year later. As we see, the situation has worsened. Annie has started to drink a lot and she hasn't even touched that money yet. The woman who sells flowers comes in one day, and she cuts him the same bean that had an address written on it, and then Xiang goes to that address where he realizes that all this was done by no one but the old player number 1, and he is still alive, where he tells the old man that I was bored with my life and all these games I made together with my clients so that I could enjoy watching people die. But yeah, we didn't force anyone to do that, and I participated in the game because it's more fun to play than to watch the game. He says that the money you have is mine, and as soon as he says that, the old man dies. Then he goes to Sabu's younger brother and takes him away. Sangwo's mother, and he tells Sangwo's mother to take care of this child. He also gives her a bag which contains a lot of money, and after that goes to the Seong station where he gets the same Anang person that he got at the start of the movie. Here, Seong also chases him, but by then he has run away. Then Seong calls the number with that card, and he asks, who are you and why are you doing this to people? Why are you playing with people's lives? But from further, he gets the response that Seong, if you want to survive, then get on the plane, and with this, the movie ends here. Thank you for watching.